What's going on, you guys? So today's topic is going to be on preparing your bully for the weather. To prepare your bully for the weather, you must need a big thing of water. If you're from southern Louisiana, you know the humidity is going to start rising and the temperatures is going to reach the 90s, and the bulls, if they don't have the sufficient things they need, they can possibly have a heat stroke. So you want to keep them cool, you want to keep them comfortable, and you want to keep them ready and prepared for the weather. You can do things like walking them. You can do things like keeping gallons of water on them. You can do things like training them to have a high energy and be low maintenance, meaning that they can move and operate under extreme temperatures. You want to be able to walk them, not just regular walk them miles, and know your bull's limit. Know what they can take, know what they're good for, know what you're able to do. If you have a real bull and they really are, sound when it comes to structure. They don't have no super short, mushed in muzzle and those things. It would make it a whole lot easier when it comes to extreme temperatures. That short muzzle, although it looks nice as a cosmetic, it causes breathing problems. When you have a muzzle that's just right, you don't really have to worry about breathing problems. Also, you want to have a gallon of water on deck wherever they are. You want to have shade, whether it be a doghouse, whether it has AC, whether it be a cage, whether it be whatever it may be. You want to have shade, and you want to have a place where they can cool out. These things will help you get through the summer days. And also, last but not least, you want to, if it is possible, have them inside sometimes. Let them get some AC, some inside AC, not just the regular AC that they will get. Let them get some inside AC. Those things will help prepare you for the harsh temperatures when summer comes. Especially if you're in a southern state where the temperature get up to 98. Sometimes the heat index can reach up to 110 to 120. You want to be prepared. That plus humidity can cause a lot of damage on your bulls, especially if they're not prepared for the weather. The next topic, what does it really mean to be in the bully gang? Does being in the bully gang consist of just breeding, structure, breeding, and bettering the bulls, or does it consist of much more? In my opinion, I think it consists of much more, because if that's all you're in it for, then what are you really doing? Are you really making a connection with your pets, or are you just trying to make money off them? Or are you trying to figure out ways that you can create a name for yourself in a respectable way and not overdo it to the point your main concern is, oh, I need to breed, I need to make money, I need to better the breed. Different things for different strokes for different folks. But my overall purpose is I do want to better the breed. I do want to expand my brain, but I want to do it in such a way that I still show love to my dogs. I want to become the type of person that once my name is out there in the positive light, not from just production alone, but just how I carry myself, my yards and my dogs, and just overall my character, then it'll speak for itself. And I don't have to feel like I have to do a breeding every year. I can skip a year. I don't have to breed 3 females at one time. I don't have to feel like I have to have litters after litters after litters after litters. You can have one litter every year or something like that, or you can have, whatever you are capable of maintaining. I be seeing online these people be having 6, 7, 8, 9 litters, and sometimes that is great, but if you can't maintain it, then there's no point in you having it, and then you end up in a sticky situation where now your dogs are in a shelter, or etc. But if you can maintain and handle it, then that's conducive to you. Do what you're able to maintain. And also, you got to be prepared for some losses. You got to be prepared for some dogs that's going to be long-term pets and etc. Because every dog not going to be sold, but that dog still needs love, and it does not need to end up in a shelter, because there's already a stigma that adopt, don't shop. Well, that comes from the stigma of so many people get these dogs. They buy these dogs for cheap price. They use them for whatever they use them. They don't really care for them, and they end up in a shelter. The reason they end up in a shelter because somebody bought them. They really didn't want them. They really didn't know what to do with them. Because they really didn't know what to do with them, and then they bought them. Let me slow down. And they brought them for a cheap price. The dog ends up at the shelter. If you have whether you're breeding pet bulls, which are, a form of bull, the originating area from which American Bullies come from, or staffs, or whatever it may be. Any bully bred dog, or any dog in general, the purpose of it is a companion. you're supposed to love and cherish. Now, if you're doing it for different purposes, you have different reasons. But don't get a dog and give a dog away and sell it for a cheap price just to get rid of them. Think about your options, weigh them out, but make sure you do everything in your possible that litter and that the pups, they don't end up in a shelter. They have long-term care, and those people care for that pup or that particular dog all of their lives. This NWB Right coming to you live. We got a part 1, we got a part 2, and a part 3. This is just part 1. We're gonna keep it G all the way through, 100% me. What are you doing?